Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our BDM webinar. We're so glad you're here. We're especially grateful to those of you who took the time to join us early. Welcome, Bob Richardson, CJ, Coach Kim, Cross Redmond, David Farrell, David Richards, Christina, Howard, Howard Graggart, Janice, Jean Thoreau, Joshua Velez, Lyle Alexander, Reed, Joshua, oh, Roosevelt Barnes, Tom Leonard, William Diaz. People keep popping in, and that's why it's bouncing around. Tonight, I want to begin with a simple thought. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Think about that for a moment. From the time most of us were children, we were taught to focus on ourselves, get a good education, get a good job, make money, buy a house, build a comfortable life. And there's nothing wrong with those things. But somewhere along the way, we may have forgotten an equally important question. What can I do for someone else? John F. Kennedy famously said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And what is a country? It's people. So let me ask you a more personal question. When was the last time you went out of your way to help someone who couldn't do anything for you in return? Most of us naturally think in terms of what we can do for ourselves. What can I get? What can I earn? What can I achieve? What can I receive? But there's another principle that operates throughout life. It's the principle of sowing and reaping. Think about a farmer. A farmer doesn't walk into an empty field at harvest time and say, I don't understand why nothing grew. He knows exactly why. He didn't plant anything. And if he planted a few seeds, he wouldn't expect an enormous harvest. Yet sometimes we do exactly that in our own lives. We pray for financial breakthroughs, but we sometimes forget that we reap what we sow. Jesus said in Luke 6:38, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over. Galatians 6:7 says, whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. And in 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6, whoever sows sparingly shall reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously shall also reap generously. Note something important. God promises a harvest, but first, there has to be a seed. And that principle isn't limited to money. If we want friendship, we can plant friendship. If we want encouragement, we can encourage others. If we want kindness, we can be kind. If we want forgiveness, we can forgive. If we want hope, we can give someone else hope. And yes, if we desire greater financial abundance, perhaps one of the first questions we should ask ourselves, what am I willing to sow? One of the things I love about God's kingdom is that the seeds we plant aren't always financial. Sometimes the most valuable seeds cost us nothing. A kind word, a helping hand, a little patience, a little forgiveness, a little encouragement. And sometimes we can plant financial seeds into something much bigger than ourselves. That's one of the reasons a BDM Charity Club means so much to me. Every month we have an opportunity to plant seeds into the lives of children who have so little and who can't necessarily give us anything in return. Those seeds can become food, clothing, school supplies and education, shelter, and perhaps most importantly, they become hope. And there's something beautiful about that because when we help change someone else's future, something can begin changing inside of us as well. Our our perspective changes, our priorities change, our hearts change, and maybe that's part of the harvest too. So tonight, before we talk about business, money, opportunities, or anything else, I want us to take a few minutes to think about something much more fundamental. What seeds are you planting today? Because the life we experience tomorrow may be determined in large part by what we choose to plant today. I'd like to share a short video with you. And as you watch it, think about your own life. Think about the seeds you've planted. Think about the seeds you've neglected. And perhaps most importantly, think about what you could plant today that might change someone else's tomorrow. Let's watch.
Today, I want to tell you about something that goes beyond making money. BDM Charity Club is your opportunity to give back and get rewarded at the same time. For just $20 a month, you become part of something that actually matters. Here's how it works. Your $20 monthly membership does two powerful things simultaneously. It feeds an orphan child for approximately 10 days, and it puts real money back in your pocket. Think about that for a moment. At roughly $2 a day to feed a child, your $20 membership directly translates into 10 days of meals for a child who has nothing. No parents, no safety net, nothing except the kindness of people like you. And here's something I want you to really sit with. Even if BDM never paid you a single dollar in return, feeding a hungry child is a worthy use of your money. You don't need a financial reward to make that meaningful. The reward of knowing a child ate today because of you. That's something money can't fully measure. But BDM doesn't ask you to choose between giving and earning. You get to do both. BDM Charity Club pays $10 per referral back to our members. With just 50 people in your network, you're earning $500 a month while feeding hungry children around the world. And $500 is just the beginning. It's a springboard. It's a foundation for an income that can keep growing as your network grows. We've kept this simple on purpose. No breakage, no empty promises, just an honest system that does exactly what it says, helping you while feeding children who desperately need it. So let me ask you something. Would you like to help feed starving children while changing your own life at the same time? Are you ready to be part of something bigger than yourself? If the answer is yes, BDM Charity Club is for you, where giving creates growth and your generosity comes full circle. Click the join button below and start giving today, because somewhere right now, a child is waiting for their next meal. You can be the reason they get it. Next is our Wellness Club. Good health is one of life's greatest assets. Because what's the point of financial success if you don't have the health and energy to enjoy it? The Wellness Club is built around that same powerful concept as our charity clubs. Simple, affordable, and rewarding. Members gain access to products and benefits that support their health and wellness goals, and 80% of all membership fees are distributed back to members through the BDM compensation structure. Your monthly membership is just $10. Now, I want to be straightforward with you. If an extra $10 a month would create real financial stress, this may not be the right moment for you, and that's completely okay. We always encourage responsible financial decisions. Never spend money you can't comfortably afford. But I also want you to see the other side of that equation. With just 3 active referrals, the commissions generated cover your entire monthly membership. 3 people, that's all. And your Wellness Club membership essentially pays for itself. That's what makes this so powerful. You improve your health and participate in a system that rewards you for sharing. So let's bring this all together. BDM Charity Club, feed orphan children and earn real income, all for $20 a month. And the great thing about feeding orphans, you don't even have to earn money in return to make it worthwhile. BDM Wellness Club, for just $10 a month, support your health and earn while you share. And for a total of $30 a month, you can participate in both. But here's what I want you to remember most. Start where you are. If you can only do one, choose the one that resonates with you most. You can always add the other one later. The important thing is to start, because the members who are earning the most right now, they started exactly where you are, sitting on a call just like this one, wondering if this was worth their time. Now is the time to decide, like they did. The question isn't whether BDM works. The question is, are you ready to let it work for you? Let's get you started today.
Several years ago, we were introduced to an orphanage in Uganda, and since that time, we've had the privilege of making their lives a little better. But the truth is, their needs are still far greater than our current resources. Right now, one of the children is currently in the hospital And the hospital bill is approaching $3,000 and continuing to grow. The orphanage must settle the bill before the child can leave. At the same time, the orphanage is behind on its rent and faces a possibility of losing their modest home that the children now depend on. And perhaps most heartbreaking of all, right now the orphanage is struggling just to have food. Children frequently go to bed hungry. These are difficult realities, but they're not impossible problems. They are problems that we can solve together. Imagine what could happen if thousands of ordinary people each contributed a little bit. If each of us invited just a few people to become part of the BDM Charity Club, we could create a consistent source of support for these children. We could help provide food, a safe place to live, school supplies and education, medical assistance when emergencies arise. And eventually, we could fulfill a dream we've had for years, purchasing a farm where the children can grow much of their own food and become increasingly self-sustaining. Think about what that would mean. We wouldn't simply be giving them food, we'd be helping them learn how to produce food. We wouldn't simply be helping them survive another month, we'd be helping create a foundation for their future. That's the power of people working together. It's the golden rule in action. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. And if these were our own children, what would we do? We'd feed them, we'd shelter them, we'd educate them, we'd care for them when they're sick, we'd give them hope. So why should these children be any different? That's why this means so much to me. And now I'd like to introduce you to some of the children whose lives you've been helping to change. And as you watch these photographs and short clips, remember something. These aren't just faces on a screen. They're children with names, children who want the same things in life that you enjoy, children who laugh, who play, who pray, who dream, children who hope for a brighter future. They're not strangers. They're part of our extended BDM family. And together, we have the opportunity to make sure they know that someone cares. Let's go ahead and introduce them.
Buli mufaliso guli ku blanket. Nani alina blanket hiyo?
Some people may ask, why are we helping children in Uganda when there are children who need our help right here in our own communities? And that's a fair question. And the simple answer, I've been supporting this particular orphanage for more than 12 years. I've gotten to know these children. I've watched them grow. I've shared their struggles and their victories. They're not just an orphanage to me anymore. They're family. And when you have family in need, you don't stop helping them simply because there are other people who need help too. But our vision is much bigger than Uganda. As BDM grows, our ability to help can grow with it. Today, we're helping one orphanage. Tomorrow, perhaps we can help several. And if BDM eventually reaches 1 million members, imagine what could happen. We could provide food for hungry children, not just in Uganda, but around the world. We could help provide shelter, education, medical care, and opportunities for children who have very little. That's the dream. But there's something even more important than the money. When I look at these children, I don't want to see another charity. I want to learn to see them as children, children who deserve the same love, opportunities, protection, and hope that I want for my own children. My prayer is that as a BDM family, we will come to love these children as if they are our own. Because when that happens, helping them doesn't become an obligation, it becomes a privilege. And perhaps that's what the Golden Rule is really about. Not simply doing something good for someone else, but learning to see their life as being every bit as valuable as our own. If this message has touched your heart, I invite you to do something today. Join the BDM Charity Club. And don't stop there. Share this mission with someone else who believes that every child deserves food, shelter, education, and hope. Remember, none of us has to do everything, but all of us can do something. Together, one person at a time, one child at a time, we can make a difference. Let's grow, let's give, let's serve, and let's build a BDM community that measures success not only by what we earn, but by the lives we help change along the way. Thank you for being part of this mission. Let's make a difference together. Thank you for spending part of your evening with us. Good night, everyone. God bless you, and we'll see you at our next BDM webinar.
Good night, everyone.